can't believe they did my boy Hopper like that. What is up, Film Geeks? My name is Trevor and welcome to my channel. A couple of days ago, I finally watched Season 3 of Stranger Things in preparation for the Season 4 trailer, and it's safe to say that this season lived up to all of its monumental expectations. We're going to dive into this season, not plot point by plot point, but just some big things that stuck with me and why it's one of my favorite seasons of TV ever. If this is your first time here, hit that thumbs up button for me and subscribe button for me for more trailer reactions, reviews, rankings, and Stranger Things videos just like these. We'll have a bunch of theory videos coming out closer to Stranger Things Season 4, and maybe even a couple more trailer reactions, a lot more theory videos coming out for it. But right now, let's talk about Stranger Things Season 3. So, the expectations were here. Everyone says this is the best season of the show. Just wait till you get to Season 3. You have no idea what's coming. And when you have expectations like that, you kind of go in a little bit worried. At least I do. And literally, it lived up and maybe even surpassed those awesome expectations. This isn't just the best season of the show. It might be one of the best seasons of TV I've ever seen in my life. A lot of that's for how these kids are growing up. It's like a coming-of-age show, and that's what I love a lot about it, and it really hits on those genres and those plot points really well throughout the season. Everyone's getting girlfriends, boyfriends, all moving on. Lucas and Max are together. I love Max, I love Lucas. That's a cool little relationship they tossed in there. And you have Mike and Elle, who we've all been wanting to get together since Season 1, and we all were thinking we're going to get together since Season 1. They are now dating now, and you're going through the trials and tribulations of their dating process and trying to manage their friends' lives and their lives with their girlfriends and boyfriends, and it really hits hard on that. And it's a weird little thing, but I felt very relatable to that, because when, like, in Mike's situation, he's not hanging out with his guys so much because he just wants to be with Elle, and when I was these young kids' age, me and my friends got girlfriends, we didn't hang out as much. So for me, I was like, dang, I feel targeted right now. And not only are their friends having problems with that, especially Will, he's having such a hard time. The poor guy has the hardest time throughout the entire show, but the parents are too. Hopper is Elle's dad, and he is just not about Mike and Elle hanging out, and that's a real funny thing for this dad having to go and have the talk with them that you need to not hang out. And we all know and love Hopper. We know it's not going to go well when he does that, and that makes for a very funny scene later on throughout the couple episodes, and everyone's doing their own thing. That's what I love about this. Everyone has their own stories that work really well. You got Nancy and Jonathan working for a newspaper company. You got all of the kids who are kind of having their girlfriends trying to figure out their lives. Will just wants to hang out, play Dungeons and Dragons, and Dustin Henderson has a girlfriend named Susie that no one believes is real, and the boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Steve Harrington is working at Scoops Ahoy with Robin. What a new character introduced in this season. I absolutely love Robin, one of my favorite characters of the entire season. There's a really good banter and a really good partner there for Steve and her to go back and forth. They have really good chemistry, and there's that one episode, which we'll get to here in a second, which is absolutely hilarious with what happens to them and how it goes down. Hawkins has like a history of being cursed and haunted, as they kind of hint on in Stranger Things Season 4 trailer. So we've seen that, we know that, and everyone seems like it's going to be going good until Dustin intercepts like a Russian little trans call through the radio, and Dustin's like, we're being infiltrated, we need to go, we need to stop them. And that's where Robin, Dustin, and Steve team up for majority of the show. And then Jim Hopper is trying to talk with the mayor about everyone kind of putting all these small businesses out of business with the whole mall and trying to get the mayor to calm things down. But the mayor has a Russian guy working for him, and Hopper has an antagonist throughout the entire show. They literally fight like 6 different times, so everyone's getting pulled away from each other on their own side missions that all lead to the main thing at the very end. And this show hits really well emotionally and hits those big plot points, like the emotions with Mike and Elle, and Max giving Elle advice on boys, telling them you need to dump your ass. One of the funniest lines in Stranger Things history.
I dump your ass.
And those are emotional moments, but also really funny moments, and again, really relatable moments, and this show really hits on those relatable moments. But everyone's stories and kind of past are all leading to this one point of this season, which is like the Demogorgons are back, and the host has attached itself to Billy. I liked Billy a lot in Season 2. Yes, he was like a bully, Billy the bully, and he was kind of a bully that's kind of hot jock guy in this season, but he's a very strong guy, and the host attached itself to him, and Billy is a menace. He is a threat. And this season is scary, and the Demogorgon is getting stronger and stronger and stronger and grows to be this enormous, crazy monster that we've always seen from the Upside Down. Elle uses her powers a lot in this season, and she actually loses her powers at a point. She just can't use them anymore, and I was wondering what was going to happen because Mike kept saying, she needs to relax, she can't do this anymore. And everyone's like, no, let her do it, let her do it. And eventually, it's like she ran out of the juice that influenced her powers because she doesn't have it anymore. And I think that's going to be a big factor here in Season 4. But it all led to this one point of the season, the finale. And the finale is one of the best episodes of TV I've ever seen in my life. And it hits on all the emotional levels, on the action levels, on our story arc and character arc levels. Hits on a lot of awesome things in the season finale. And it all leads up to that point from the episode before the carnival. And I haven't talked about his character too much yet, but Smirnoff, Alexei, very cool, likable character. And it was very predictable that he was going to die, just so you can kind of have like an emotional attachment to his character. He kicked the bucket. R.I.P. Alexei. Smirnoff, it was kind of their banter between Hopper and Smirnoff was very funny, but it was sad when he left. I felt predictable. I kind of saw that coming early on, but still, it was definitely sad. But the season finale, I just want to talk about this, and we'll wrap it up. The season finale is one of the best episodes of TV I've ever seen in my life because all the characters are back here together. It's a big episode. It's like the end game of all end games. We're in the end game now with this episode. The Demogorgon's coming after him. We have what we need to do. Hopper, Joyce, and Murray, you have to go, and they have to go try to close it yet again. And they have to go deal with all the Russians and all the Russian spies we've seen before in the season, while the rest of the gang has to really fight off this thing until they can close it and distract it so they can close the wall, the barrier, whatever it is. And it makes for this epic long battle of an episode at the Battle of Starcourt, it is called. And Billy the host is coming in a car, and I mean, it's everything about this episode was like speaks to the notion and the power of this season. And a lot of things are emotional about this because, again, you don't know who's going to make it out alive. Everyone's been kind of bickering back and forth about this. But it leads to the point of Hopper and his Russian guy who's had beef with the entire show, and they fight, and Hopper gets rid of him, and Hopper's gone when they close the wall. And unfortunately, I was spoiled that Hopper was still alive. I'm not mad about it because I watched the show so late, but it still hit me. It still hit me emotionally. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they really did it. And if I could watch this again for the first time without any spoilers, I'm sure my jaw would have been dropped to the floor. And the episode, they close the wall, the Demogorgon dies, Billy's gone as well, but the gang survives. They're there, and it's that emotional moment when Elle doesn't see her dad, and Hopper, she doesn't see him, and she's sad, and it is sad, hits on the heartstrings. And Elle is moving with Joyce, Will, and Jonathan. They're moving to California, which we find out here in the Season 4 trailer. And Joyce finds a note in Hopper's pocket about how he had the talk with Elle and Mike, and he never had the talk like he told Joyce. And Elle reads it, and it's one of the best things people can do in filmmaking and television. We have seen it before, where a guy who's passed is reading the speech, and I have chills right now, is reading the speech while everyone's kind of moving on with their lives. And they did it so well. And they did a callback to Season 1, Episode 3, the We Will Be Heroes song, while she was reading it, and choked me up real bad, got real teary-eyed, shed a few tears, and it hit that emotional level, and it was a cherry on top to end the season. They have a post-credit scene where they say we have an American hero in a Russian prison, and we've seen the treasure that Hopper is still alive, but that scene alone is one I'll remember for probably the rest of my life, and it really sealed off the season nicely, and it set up a huge awesome season coming for Season 4. Stranger Things Season 3, yes, there's reviews all over the place, yes, it did not hit on everything, but it meant a lot to me. And it took a long time to watch the show. I used to do episode reactions, and I've been watching the show for almost 2 years. And it's one of the best seasons of TV I've ever seen in my life. I cannot tell you how much I love the season. It might be my favorite show of all time. That's how much I love the season. That's how much I love the show. Cannot wait for Season 4. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up button for me. Hit the subscribe button for me. Come back for more Stranger Things videos. We'll have a lot more predictions, rankings, we have a top 10 episode ranking, and when Stranger Things comes out, we'll have lots of reviews, lots to talk about, and I'm excited for all of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thumbs up button for me, subscribe button for me. The Hopper, the man, the myth, the legend, he lives on. Yes, sir. All right, see you guys in the next one.